Vanakkam.
Namaste.
Namaskar.
Sai Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Swami Yesunamayappa. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the show. And welcome back, madam. How are you?
Namaste to everybody. You so
I literally was
Yeah, I'm well.
I know I was better than you. Have you recovered from your flu?
Yes, I have.
Now, we are doing a streaming live TV show, so this is how you do it. I asked you how you are before I even get to my breakdown. Right. Welcome, everybody. You are currently streaming live in the nation south. Yes. On Active Bold TV. This is the journey. I'm your host, Kimera Heeralal. I've got Mr. and Miss Hiramoney by my side.
Namaste, everybody.
Also known as Kimrin and Pritesh. And Devi or Bhuma Devi. Okay, what do you prefer to call this time?
Bhumi Devi.
Bhumi Devi. You?
Yeah, same Bhumi.
Same Bhumi. Okay, we're raised out of the same house. Pronunciation, same life lessons, same spiritual lessons, same granny's tales also. Yeah, so join the show today as we're talking about I call the goddess Bhuma Devi. This is how I was taught now.
No, most definitely.
Yeah.
Whatever you
No,
talk, it's
Granny, my mother's mother used to say Bhuma, funny enough. My other grandmother said Bhumi. So what you do in the middle?
Compromise.
Goddess B. Yeah, just save drama and politics. You know, pronunciation is a matter of opinion.
So she didn't want to compromise.
That's it. No, not compromise. You know, we're both two ladies now from either side of the family. You don't want to cause trauma and drama and everything. So you just like, no, you're not. I'll just pray. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the origins of Bhumi Devi, also known to my kind, Bhuma Devi. And we'd like you to interact with us in studio today, as this is an open show to the public. It's a cultural show as well. It's an educational show, and we'd like you to interact with all of us, telling us your beliefs, your stories. I would even enjoy your granny's tales, as this is a show for
We
entertainment.
do love the granny stories.
Yes, we do. We do. So we'd like you to interact with us. For anybody who's celebrating a birthday out there, happy birthday!
Many more years to come.
And anything special or something you've accomplished, congratulations, guys. Yeah. All right, so before we get into it, let's open up the show like how we do with our prayers.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's open up the show with Ganesha Pancharatnam, and it's being performed by Kimrin and Devi from the United States of America. Check them out.
Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Pahi Mam. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Rakshama. Mudhakarat modhakam sada vimukti sadhakam. Kaladharavatam sakam vilasi lokarakshakam. Mudhakarat modhakam sada vimukti sadhakam. Kaladharavatam sakam vilasi lokarakshakam. Anayakaikanayakam. अनायकैकनायकं विनाशिते भदैत्यकं नटाशुभाशुनाशकं नमामि तं विनायकं नमामि तं विनायकम् न तेतरादिभीकरं नवोदितार्कभास्वरं न मत्सुरारिनिर्जनं न ताधिकापधुद्धरं न तेतरादिभीकरं नवोदितार्कभास्वरं न मत्सुरारिनिर्जनं न ताधिकापधुद्धरं सुरेश्वरं निधीश्वरं गजेश्वरं गणेश्वरम् सुरेश्वरं निधीश्वरं गजेश्वरं गणेश्वरं महेश्वरं समाश्रये परात्परं निरन्तरं परात्परं निरन्तरम् समस्तलोकशङ्करं निरस्तदैत्यकुञ्जरं दरेदरोदरं वरं वरे भवक्त्रमक्षरम् समस्तलोकशङ्करं निरस्तदैत्यकुञ्जरं दरेदरोदरं वरं वरे भवक्त्रमक्षरं कृपाकरं क्षमाकरम् मुधाकरं यशस्करम् कृपाकरं क्षमाकरं मुधाकरं यशस्करं मनस्करं नमस्कृतं नमस्करोमि भास्वरम् नमस्करोमि भास्वरम् अकिञ्चनार्तिमार्जनं चिरन्तनोक्तिभाजनम् अकिञ्चनार्तिमार्जनं चिरन्तनोक्तिभाजनं पुरारि पूर्वनन्दनं सुरारि गर्वचर्वणम् अकिञ्चनार्तिमार्जनं चिरन्तनोक्तिभाजनं पुरारि पूर्वनन्दनं सुरारि गर्वचर्वणं प्रपञ्चनाशभीषणम् भीषणम् भीषणं प्रपञ्चनाशभीषणं धनञ्जयादिभूषणं कपोलधानवारणं भजे पुराणवारणं भजे पुराणवारणम् नितान्तकान्तधन्तकान्तिमन्तकान्तकात्मजम् अचिन्त्यरूपमन्तहीनमन्तराय कृन्तनं नितान्तकान्तधन्तकान्तिमन्तकान्तकात्मजम् अचिन्त्यरूपमन्तहीनमन्तराय कृन्तनं हृदन्तरे निरन्तरं वसन्तमेव योगिनां तमेकदन्तमेव तं विचिन्तयामि सन्ततं हृदन्तरे निरन्तरं वसन्तमेव योगिनां तमेकदन्तमेव तं विचिन्तयामि सन्ततं विचिन्तयामि सन्ततं विचिन्तयामि सन्ततं जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश रक्ष मां जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेशाय विद्महे जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि जय गणेश रक्ष मां जय गणेश तन्नो गणेश जय गणेश प्रचोदये गणेश जय गणेश प्रचोदया जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश जय गणपतये नमः जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश गणपतये नमः जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश गणपतये गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश रक्ष मां
Jai Ganesha! That was Kimrin and Devi singing a Ganesha Bhajaratnam from the USA.
That's fantastic, guys.
I love those films. I love those films. Before they became so spiritual and cultural, you should hear the pop music. They like did cover versions of Michael Jackson together. They actually did very well. And if you watch The Crack of Dawn, you will see that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to say a namaskaram to Devi Naidu. Thank you so much. Hey, Daphne Monica. Monica Chan. Thanks for joining the show. We also got Devi Naidu coming in talking about Bhumi, but we haven't gotten to the lesson yet as we just opened up the show with great entertainment and great music.
Yes.
But before we get started, it's a Monday. How are y'all?
We're okay.
We are good.
What did y'all do today?
I was in the office.
You were in the office.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, he was doing research.
We did research.
At least. At least you did some work, and you?
I was also doing research, and I also had other work to do. So
Okay.
busy on both ends.
You're an online teacher, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. That's better me. I sorry. Better. Sorry about that.
You're well excused my class.
She got that teacher face, doesn't she? That sweet face, and you don't want to bring a red apple to school and give her.
Oh, please, I would accept all your apples, please, my viewers.
Kids don't do that.
Give the apple to the teacher. I don't know.
And nowadays, this era, the kids are eating teachers and things. I've seen it on TikTok and Instagram, guys. It's disgusting. Anyway, watch the show, you will become cultured. And stay tuned, as today we are talking about the origins of Bhumi or Bhuma Devi. So stay exactly where you are. We'll come back straight after this commercial break.
The ultimate accessory, the latest shiny thing, mesmerized. trying to keep up, but never getting ahead in an endless cycle of spending. In this world of constant upgrades, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
Vanakkam.
Namaste.
Namaskaram.
Sairam.
Jai Shri Ram.
Swami Esanamayyappa. Welcome back, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Alright. So thanks for dropping in. If you just joined the show, you're a little late, but we don't blame you because of this changing schedules with load shedding. It's getting tiring.
But like I always say, better late than never.
Feel very early. never have I ever seen an Indian person very early. Like very early. No, come on.
No,
Come
yes,
on.
you are right. She is right, by the way. I've also never seen an Indian
Never
person
ever.
early at all.
You probably did it once. You're like, okay, I can tell you when I was very early. You know, my mother says I'm always late when I wake up in the morning for school. Those
Yes,
days.
yes.
But on the day of excursion, I wake up 2 hours earlier.
I think we all did that. Yes. I think we've all done that.
Yeah, true. Alright guys, well welcome to the show. If you just joined us, we're talking about the origins of Bhumi or Bhuma Devi. Can I just address her as Bhuma Devi, please? It's in a worry the whole time. Right? Okay, so Bhuma Devi, the goddess, right? The origins. Okay, who wants to start?
You want to start? Then you should start. What should I start?
Okay. Let me intro it and then you can take it from there, right? Alright, so don't forget guys, if you want to interact with us in studio today, you can do so by commenting at the bottom of the screen where it says live chat. Or if you want to keep it anonymous, you can use the WhatsApp line at the bottom right of your screen right there. The number is there. Okay, so let's talk about Bhuma Devi. Can I please say Bhuma, please, man? I did Bhumi. Bhuma. Okay, so from what I learned or researched, ladies and gentlemen, Bhuma Devi is also known as Bhudevi and also Vasundhara. I don't know what you may address Bhuma Devi as, but that's what I call her, right? So Bhumi or Bhuma is a Hindu goddess who is personification of the earth. As we call her, I remember all of us saying the ground god in conversation, right? So she is a consort of Varana, okay, Varaha rather. So basically, Bhumi is an avatar of the deity Vishnu, okay, and according to a Vaishnava tradition, she is the second aspect of Vishnu's consort. Now Lakshmi, along with the aspects of Sri Devi and Nila Devi, these are, well actually I didn't even know about the Nila Devi and the Sri Devi. You know that? I don't know if you guys knew.
It's a different variation of Mother Lakshmi.
Yes. So according to Hindu mythology, Varaha, the third avatar of Vishnu, saved her from the Asura Hiranyaksha and later married her, making her one of his consorts. She is regarded as the mother of Narakasura, Mangala and Sita. Alright, so that was the introduction of, well, the origins of Bhuma Devi. Okay, so let's move on to, well, the literature, the icon, well, I call it iconography and also etymology. So you go and share with us, besides what I just shared with you guys, more about what you understand by the ground god, the earth god, Bhuma Devi.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll say, okay, like you just mentioned Bhumi Devi.
Yes.
So those that don't know, like with Hindu mythology as well, in Sanskrit, we also know her by as Dharti Mata.
Okay.
So Dharti or Dhart in Hindu, not Hindu, what's it?
Hindi.
Hindi, yes, sorry my viewers, yes, in Hindi, I just
Okay,
got to
no.
in Hindi is known as the ground.
Right.
Yes. So like we personify it as Dharti Mata.
Okay. What do you have to tell us today?
Yeah, like how she said, yeah, Bhumi. Like, you know, like when a lot of people do prayers, right? Like, okay, I've seen like, not like around us, but I've seen like like, you know, when they first pray, like, when they're doing prayers like for rain or they pray to the ground, you know, because the ground is important. You can't pray to the sky where the rain is going to go if there's no ground. So
Right.
yeah, so they pray to her first, you see, because she's important, like Mother Earth. Like, who doesn't pray to Mother? All religions talk about Mother. It's just the names that they give her, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, we like they say Mother Earth, we say Bhumi and like all that.
Okay. Alright, so I'd like you guys to interact with us in studio today as Devin Naidu is going for it.
Oh, fine. I did our chat column.
Namaskar. Okay, Devin, we're gonna go along with the show, and as we go along, we can read your views, your wisdom live on air. Alright, so let's talk about the name Bhumi, right? As you mentioned, the Hindi word. Say it again for me.
Dharti Mata.
Dharti Mata.
Yes,
That means ground.
Yes.
Ground God.
God, yeah.
Just ground.
Ground.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so the name Bhumi is a Sanskrit word for earth, right? Now the version Puhimi, or is it Puhumi? Is it Puhumi? Yeah. The version Puhumi is equivalent to the old Awadi. Now she is known by various names such as Bhuvati, Bhavani, Bhuvaneshwari, Avni, Prithvi, Varahi, Dati, Datri, Dharani, Vasudha, Vasandhara, Vaishnavi, Kishyapi, Urvi, Era, Mahi, Ella, Vasumati, Danshika, Vasumati, Hima, and Hiranmaya. So thank you so much for that. Oh my god, I didn't know any other names. Yeah, I just know, hey, in the morning I put water down, I pray to like that. I didn't know any other name. I saw it.
Some, I won't say religion, like other aspects, not other aspects, some other places around the world where she's worshipped, they also know her by Bhumi Devi.
Boohoo.
Yes, Bhumi Devi.
Bhumi Devi.
B-U-H-U
Okay.
and Devi.
Okay. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, interact with us what you understand with Mother Earth. Or should I say the ground god? We are talking about, Bhumi Devi on the show today. Now, Bhumi Devi, from what I learned now, okay? Bhumi Devi or Bhuma Devi is depicted as she's seated on a platform that results on the back of 4 elephants, representing the 4 cardinal directions. She is usually portrayed with 4 arms, holding a pomegranate, a water vessel, and a bowl containing healing herbs, and another bowl containing vegetables. Okay, so there's a picture next to Pritesh right there. You can see her. Now, if you look at her now, she's also sometimes depicted with 2 hands. Now, right? As you can see the picture there. And the right hand is holding a blue lotus. I don't see it there, but yeah, okay. Well, this is what most people see her as, okay? Now, she's also sometimes depicted with 2 hands, the right hand holding a blue lotus usually, but known as Kumuda rather, and Atpala. A night lotus, while the left hand may indicate the pose of Abhaya Mudra and the fearlessness of the Lola Hasta Mudra. I don't know if you guys all have those mudras as well. The mudra. You know what I'm talking about? I can't even put it in proper words, but okay, I'll get back to that, right? Now, they say here the Lola Hasta Mudra, which is an aesthetic pose meant to mimic the tail of a horse. Now, looking at the literature, did you mention now that Padma Purana is one of the names? Padma. Those are not the names.
No.
Okay, now for those of you who did email me, they want to stay anonymous, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us on the show. And we're talking about Bhuma Devi and her form. Now, before I get to this, why don't you talk about her form and explain to us what you know?
Yeah. So like how you explain, like she sits like on a seat, like represented with 4 elephants that represent the directions north, east, south. Because basically it's like Mother Earth, right? It's the whole Earth. So everywhere she will be in every direction.
Okay.
Even like in the sea, to what's in the bottom sea is Earth, and then it's the water, right? Yeah. So basically she represents the 4 directions, right? And with her 2 forms, the one is with the 4 arms or 4 ligaments, and the other one is 2, right?
Okay.
So sometimes you see the one with 2, or sometimes you see the one with 4, right? But in all hands, if you notice, whatever she's carrying a fruit, a water vessel, a bowl containing healing herbs.
Yes.
It all represents earth. Everything is from the earth itself, because
Okay.
that's what she gives to the people, or like to her devotees. Yeah. So yeah. And sometimes she's depicted with flowers too. That's also represented like the earth. Yeah, it represents the.
Thank you. All right, we got Devin Naidu coming in, telling us and sharing with us live from YouTube, saying Lord Vishnu's 3rd avatar form was Varaha, which I've mentioned before. He also says he saved her from the Asura Hiranyaksha and later married her, making her one of his consorts. We've mentioned this already. As you can see, all of his information on the screen, and he also mentioned that she is regarded as the mother of Narakasura, Mangala and Sita, which we mentioned already. All right, so as you can see, Devin Naidu has done his homework as well and research from the same site.
Copied and pasted.
Sorry about that, Mr. Naidu. I had to.
Just couldn't help it.
I couldn't help it. I'm a rotten child, I must tell you. No, I've got a little bit culture, hence I'm doing the journey.
To our viewers, yes, we are cultured, hence I'll show the journey. Don't distract our viewers. Don't divert their attention from the show.
I'm good
The
naughty.
importance of our show.
I'm good naughty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we've got a full show talking about the origins of Bhumi Devi and Bhumi Devi rather, stay exactly where you are. We'll come back straight after this commercial break.
Vanakkam.
Namaste.
Namaskaram.
Sai Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Swami Esundamayappa. Om Shakti.
Ah, Shakti.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to open up the show with our Amma.
I blame you. I was not here. You do it.
She's distracting me. You notice I'm not even wearing lipstick tonight. It's her fault.
But you look fantabulous, not fabulous, fantabulous.
You're Nandri, darling, Nandri. All right, welcome back to everybody who just joined us. If you are watching the show for the very first time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done it already, honeys, please. All right, so we were still talking about Bhumi Devi. Okay. All right, but before we get there, let's take a quick look at Sri Guru Irvan. Let's see what he has to say about Bhumi Devi. Check him out.
Bhumi Devi is worshipped as a divine mother earth. She is a goddess of the earth. Bhumi Devi is believed to be the consort of Varaha, the third avatar of Lord Vishnu. In the Hindu mythology and analogy, between Bhumi Devi and reverence for the earth is unmistakable. We are indebted to the Mother Earth, as she is not only a life giver, but also nourishes and sustains us. It is one of the reasons for which various aspects of Bhumi Devi have been extolled by scriptures and hence figures in mythology in different capacities.
Guru Iravan, everyone, all the way from Mauritius. Thank you so much for helping us out with the show today, Guruji. We really appreciate it. Yeah. Any information is welcome.
Show.
A very big thank you again to Mr. Naidu on YouTube.
Yes.
He wrote our whole show down. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, let's look at the literature a little bit. Okay, so let's talk about Padma Purana. Now, the episode of the devil seeking the assistance of Vishnu's Varaha. His avatar is basically in rescuing Bhu Devi, which you mentioned, right? Is actually described in the Padma Purana. Now, in the Padma Purana, it goes as: they sought the shelter of Narayana Vishnu. Then, knowing the wonder, he, Vishnu, the holder of conch, a disc, and a mace, took up the boar form. existing everywhere and having no beginning, middle, or end, the highest Lord, full of everything, having hands and feet on all sides, having large fangs and arms, struck the demon with the fang or one fang, the mean son of Diti. With his huge body pounded, died. Seeing the earth fallen from the demon's head, he lifted it with his fang and putting it on Sesa's head, as before, took up the form of a tortoise. One, seeing great Vishnu of the form of the hog, all deities and sages with their bodies bowed with devotion, praised him. This is Padma Purana, chapter 237, if you're wondering where that scripture came from. All right, so looking at Brahmanda Purana. Now, Prahlada, the son of Hiranyakashipu, was a devotee of Vishnu. The father did not like the son's devotion to Vishnu. He punished Prahlada in a number of ways. Once he threw down Prahlada from the top of a high building. At that moment, Bhudevi appeared there and received him in her arms. Let's talk about the consorting children, guys. Yeah.
Well, Devi just mentioned that story about Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu. His son was actually, like you mentioned, he was a devotee of Lord Vishnu,
Right.
and the father did not like it at all.
Right.
So one time when he went to the temple, well, let me actually just rephrase myself. So
Okay.
to those that don't know, his father was a demon king.
Okay.
Demon king Hiranyakashipu. And to those that don't know, he was actually a big devotee of Lord Shiva.
Okay.
Being a demon, he's a devotee of Lord Shiva.
Okay.
So then Lord Shiva granted him with the boon of immortality.
Wow.
So like looking at his son's perspective of Lord Vishnu, then he said to his son, I would not like you to worship Lord Vishnu anymore.
Okay.
And then seeing this enraged Vishnu, and that's when he took up his other variation called Narsing or Narsimha, the deity with the lion head.
Very dangerous.
All his variations.
That's all I know.
All his variations are 12 because he's very strong.
Yes.
Yes. And he does not like when his devotees or subjects are mistreated or ill-treated by other beings. Hence
Okay.
he takes on these forms, these manifestations to protect them.
All right. Thank you for that. What do you have to say, Mr. Hiramoney?
Interesting story. Got some more, like, you know, we need to start talking about all these stories, you know, because
Yes.
not a lot of people know about, like, the stories. Like, you hear it, but, like, not a lot of people know how to explain it, so you have to research
Yeah.
and then construct your own story, like, in a
Yeah.
proper way so people will understand.
Okay, so is there anything you need to tell us about the concert?
We're going to talk about the concert and the children of Bhumi Devi, right?
Okay.
So Bhumi Devi is a consort of Varaha, right? That's the third avatar of Lord Vishnu, right?
Okay.
The one with the boar face and the tusk,
Yes,
right?
right.
Because a lot of people don't know the name, so it's a boar with the tusk, right? And so the demon, sorry if I butchered the name, Hiranyakasha kidnapped her, right? And hid her in the primal waters, right? Like the ocean, basically, like the sacred ocean, right?
Okay.
And Vishnu appeared as Varaha to rescue her, right? So like, okay, before I continue, you know why Lord Vishnu can't really like intervene during these times, right? Because a lot of other gods see him as that calm, like that one,
Yes.
like calm,
Okay.
right? So that's why he doesn't like intervene in that form. He takes on
Alright.
another form. You see, because if he takes on that his one form to intervene, then a lot of gods are gonna like I won't say mock, like talk, like, you know, they say like you're so calm in this way, but now you went and deal with this aspect, and that's why most of our gods, like in our religion, they take on another form,
Right.
Many
to, variations to like fix a issue or a problem. Like
I
that.
get that. It
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like so basically Lord Vishnu appeared as Varaha to rescue her. Varaha killed the demon and revived or retrieved the earth from the depths of the ocean, lifting it on his tusk. He restored Bhumi Devi to her rightful place in the universe and proceeded to marry her, and they had 3 children, which was Mangala, Narakasura and Sita, or Sita Mata as most of them know.
Yes.
Every time I hear the name Sita, in my head goes, Jai Ram Jai Ram Sita
Yes, it's-
Jai Ram Ram. That song, I don't know, it just automatically. It's one of my favorite songs. Sita in it, guys. Alright. Yeah, so interact with us in studio today as we've got Devin Naidu just filling up the chat section. Thank you so much, Mr. Naidu, for like really supporting us. I mean, really, thank you, Nandri. Keeping you well entertained today. But before we get to the musical part, let's see what the Sri Mariamman Kaliamman Siva Subramaniam Alayam temple is up to in Weinberg Street this Friday. Let's check it out.
வந்தாரை வாழ்ந்திட செய்வாயே வரலட்சுமி பழஞ்சாவும் தந்தருள் புரிவாயே வந்தாரை
Varalakshmi Virudham, on the 25th of August 2023. Kuttu Villakku Puja at 7 p.m. Anyone wishing to partake in the Kuttu Villakku Puja, kindly contact Shentil, Sue or Anusha on the numbers below for bookings and requirements list. Please note that booking is compulsory. Temple will be open from 6 a.m. Supper will be served.
SMK SSA in Weinberg Street in Attenborough, guys. For those of you who know the temple, you begin there.
Yeah, it was a lovely experience. Really
Sri Mariamman Kaliamman Siva Subramaniam Alayam. Thank you so much. I love it. That's where I found myself.
Yes, I know you did good.
Yeah.
It was a very lovely experience.
I'm very proud to tell you guys that it's a beautiful temple. It's got even more beautiful now that they're revamping and making things nice. So when they completely finish, I'm going to take you guys again.
Okay. No, but it really is a
Very nice temple.
It is.
outstanding. I had no words to even describe it when I
Yes.
was there.
We didn't even know there was a temple there.
Guys, are you guys going to do Lakshmi prayers this week? Are you waiting for Lakshmi prayers? Friday?
Next week Friday.
Yes.
21st.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you a sad story, not actually a sad story, a
What?
forgetful story. Every time I was looking at the date for Lakshmi Mata's prayers, I forgot the date in my head. And this morning I was sweeping.
It's Friday.
And when I was
Yeah, you
sweeping,
remember
when
now.
I was sweeping this morning, actually my mom said, Mom, do you know when Lakshmi prays is like, oh my god, I forgot the date.
When do you get paid?
24th.
See?
But it
You got
changes,
it.
it changes
You want
every
money.
year.
Yeah.
I need the money.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, coming up as promised by one of my favorite stars and should I say artists from Durban, Deshan Style and Naidu, performing for us Dina Karuna. Check him out.
நின்னருள் புகழ்தபணியும் என்னையும் இறங்கி அருளும் நீன கருணாகரனே நடராஜா நீலகண்டனே தீன 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 கருணாகரனே நடராஜா நீலகண்டனே நின்னருள் புகழ்தபணியும் என்னையும் இறங்கி அருளும் நின்னருள் புகழ்தபணியும் என்னையும் இறங்கி அருளும் மௌன குருவே அரணே இணையாண்டே நீலகண்டனே மௌன குருவே அரணே இணையாண்டே நீலகண்டனே தீன கருணா நடராஜா நீலகண்டனே தீன கருணாகரனே நடராஜா நீலகண்டனே మీనలోచనీ మనాలా మీనలోచనీ మనాలా తాండవవాడం సభావలే మీనలోచనీ మనాలా తాండవవాడం సభావలే ஞானிகள் மனம் விரும்பும் நீலகண்டனே ஞானிகள் மனம் விரும்பும் நீலகண்டனே மௌன குருவே மௌன குருவே மௌன குருவே மௌன குருவே மௌன குருவே அரணே இணையாண்ட நீலகண்டனே தீன கருணாகரனே நடராஜா நீலகண்டனே தீன கருணாகரனே நடராஜா நீலகண்டனே ஆதி அந்தமில்லாஹரனே அன்பருளம் வாழும் பரணே ஆதி அந்தமில்லாஹரனே அன்பருளம் வாழும் பரணே பாடி மதிவேணியனே பரமேஷா நீலகண்டனே பாதி மதிவேணியனே பரமேஷா நீலகண்டனே தீன கருணாகரனே நடராஜா நீலகண்டனே தீன கருணாகரனே நடராஜா நீலகண்டனே 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 நீலகண்டனே
Hare Hare Mahadev! Welcome back! I hope you guys enjoyed that song Dina Karuna by Jason Style and Naidu all the way in Durban. I still can't get over this child having a whole music academy thing going on.
I know.
And it's all free. If you're in Durban, I'm very jealous because
We are jealous.
Geshem is very talented. And if you see the kids that he tutors, we play the videos all the time, guys. So if you must it, please backtrack. Watch all the.
It's really remarkable.
It is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the origins of Bhuma Devi on the show today. If you want to join the conversation, don't forget you can interact with us at the bottom of the screen where it says live chat, or you can use a WhatsApp line and hashtag yourself anonymous with your messages and your interaction, basically. Okay, so as we're talking about the origins now, we told you a few stories. Okay, we started off with the children and the consorts.
Consorts, yeah.
Okay, so where did we stop? Go for it.
Okay, so basically I'm going to talk about the two children that basically Bhumi Devi had 3 children, but they mostly talk about 2, Narakasura and Sita, right? Because the third one you don't really hear much about. His name is Mangala, right? Not a lady's name, a guy's name, Mangala, you know something, right? So Narakasura was their firstborn. But there's 2 different stories of how he is born, right? It's a lot of research says that. The first one was when Bhumi requested Varaha for a son, and he was born, right? And Narakasura performed a penance or prayer to receive a boon that only his mother could kill him. The second story is that Narakasura was the demon that they killed before. I'm so sorry about the name. Hirayakasa, okay, if I pronounce that. He was the child. He was the demon's child that was born when his horns touched Bhumi Devi, right? So, when he kidnapped her, and when Lord Vishnu came and killed him, his horns touched her, and then he was born from that. Like,
Okay.
yeah. So you could,
Okay.
I won't say it's a sinful thing. They just say he was born like that, right?
All right.
And the third child was Mother Sita, or Sita or Mother Sita is most of it, right? So she is basically the wife of Lord Ram, right? And she emerged from the earth, and thus Bhumi is like her spiritual mother, or like, you know, her earth mother, right? Because she came from the earth, right?
Okay.
So the story starts off like there was a drought that hit the place where Sita comes from, her hometown, right? And during that time, her future father Janaka was plowing the grounds, right? During that time, and he found her under the plow, right under the plow. And as soon as he found her, it started raining. So basically, she was like a blessing to them, right? And from that, her future father Janaka and his wife adopted this girl, Sita or Mother Sita.
Okay, thank you for that. Is there anything you want to add on to that story?
I just like to mention, like, my brother has just stated that Sita is the daughter of Bhumi Devi. To those that don't know, as we all know, that Lord Vishnu, the other manifestation, is Lord Krishna.
Yes.
Radhe, Radhe. As I like to say. So coming back, so as many people or those that don't know, his other variation is Lord Krishna. Hence, his wife can also be, like, Bhumi Devi is also regarded
Okay.
as his wife. So as my brother just mentioned, like with Mother Sita, to those that don't know, when she leaves her husband, also his other variation is Lord Ram, like you just mentioned.
Yes.
To those that don't know, when she leaves Lord Ram, she goes to the field, like my brother has mentioned, and the earth engulfs her to protect her from the evil and the cruel of this world.
That's so beautiful. Thanks for sharing with us.
No problem.
Do you know
It's particularly Narsim. Yes, so we are Lord Narsim devotees.
Oh, that's so lovely. I can't even tell you because each deity is like, you know, special to me for certain
Yes,
things.
yes,
You get what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes.
So I won't even answer that question. I'll just tell you. That's all. You know, all. You know, everything in the universe. I just like, I respect all. I believe in all.
Yes.
Each Sami, each deity, each god is important for a specific thing, not everything. So, you know, I just, everyone's like, what you call it? I go, oh no.
And I think you just mentioned, whichever JT resonates with you, so,
Yeah.
you know, we're
Not yet. I can't even tell you.
phone call.
Sorry about that, guys. And we'd like you to interact with us in studio today as we're still talking about the origins of Bhumi Devi. Stay exactly where you are. We got Malcolm Munsami coming up next. Alright. And he's performing for you today, Ananda Muga. Check him out. Har Har Mahadev! Oh my God! Welcome on Sami, everybody! With the Ananda Muga. That was actually beautiful.
That was nice, yeah.
I love the serenity of it.
They're nice.
This is our word.
They're still trying to humble me. I don't know if that's gonna work out. But anyway, guys, beautiful performance by Malcolm Munsami. Shout out to you, uncle. I know you took you long to send us the videos, but yeah, we've got Devi coming in on YouTube. Sir, you are requesting songs as we are a professional studio that's legal, studio that is blocked by YouTube. That you need certain copyrights and certain videos are shot and sent to us, and there's a lot of paperwork behind it, sir. So requesting music on our TV channel is a bit of a no-no. If you do have the video yourself and the rights of the artist, you're welcome to send it through to the show. We don't mind putting it on. As everybody, like Malcolm Munsami did, so thank you all so much. We also had Kimrin and Devi sending us videos from the US, like you can't believe. So yes, Mr. Naidu, kindly note that there are rules and laws in broadcasting. Thank you. Alright, so we're still talking about Bhumi Devi. I'm going to say Bhumi because they say Bhumi Devi, right? Okay, so let's talk about the milking of the earth. I don't know if you guys want to tell the story. You know the story.
Yeah.
You know the story in your head. I know you know it in your head. You know it. Do you want to give your version first?
No, I've actually never heard of this.
Okay. Yes. I'm so excited to share this one. I feel like.
Be proud, I don't have all the knowledge yet.
No, nobody knows everything. Okay, so let's talk about the milking of the earth. Mr. Naidu, if you'd like to join this conversation, we'd like you to interact with us live in studio. Okay, so let's talk about the milking of the earth. What do you know, Mr. Naidu, about the milking of the earth? Okay, so one of the most well recounted legends of Bhumi is an episode with the emperor of the world, Prithu. Do you know this one?
No, I
know. Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so when Prithu hears that his people are starving because the earth had withdrawn most of her vegetation, he furiously chases her in a form of a cow, right? And she submits, allowing herself to be milked so that living beings could be nourished once more. Attributes such as the courage, valor, knowledge, and bodily health of the Brahmin sages, are stated to have been milked from earth, and the virtues and the truths that characterize animals may be attributed to her as well. So, there's a long story about this now. Before we get to that, do you want to say anything about this story that I just mentioned, or would you like me to actually tell it?
You want to tell it.
I know you want to tell it. Okay, so let's talk about, this was actually in the scriptures, guys. Right, you're listening. I hope
the Puranas.
Before I actually, how do you say when you brutalize a word? What's the word you use? When you can't pronounce something?
Meaning like you change it.
No, when you can't pronounce a word, what do you tell the viewers?
Oh, sorry for butchering.
Butchering.
Butchering the word.
Okay, so Prithu, yes, from the scriptures, so guys. Okay, so Prithu got angry on hearing this and taking his bow, a jagava, and several arrows went in the search of the goddess of earth. The goddess got frightened and fled, taking the form of a cow. She went to all lokas, but Prithu followed her with his bow and arrows everywhere. At last, desiring to escape from the arrows of such a valiant king, Bhumi Devi went to him and, trembling with the fear, said, "O king, why do you make such a persistent attempt to kill me, with which would be the great sin of Sribada?" That means killing a woman. Okay, so the Raja replied that there was no sin in killing wicked persons. The goddess asked that what refuge was there for the people of if the earth was destroyed. The king said that he would protect his people by the power of his yoga. Bhumi Devi was frightened and she said, "O king, I shall give you back all I have destroyed in the form of milk. Therefore, virtuous as you are, if you are really interested in the welfare of people, I shall allow you to milk me and take back everything you want. Do bring a calf. It's a nice story. All right, thank you so much, Devi Naidu, for interacting with us in studio today as he's sharing his information. And we did do our research with our gurus, so thank you so much for joining the show.
Before we just say something, I just like to shout out because you just mentioned something about bringing a calf, right?
Yes.
So we've also learned something like with us Hindus.
Yes.
It's something called Gau prayers. So
Okay.
like you made reference to the cow, right?
Yes.
So with us it's called Gau Mata. So you give offerings to the cow
Yes.
during certain times.
Yes. I believe that's how I did explain it like that. And remember, all of my English comes from our guru, so it's a little bit difficult. Thank you so much. All right, so we can talk about the Satyabhama avatar when we come back, and also the killing of a child.
Yeah.
Stay exactly where you are. We'll come back straight after this commercial break.
You can do anything. All you need is determination. And a fresh pair of these, Nallis. But what's the point of looking like Injay game if all your money is on your feet and your dreams go up in flames? In this world of doing it for Ikram, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
Vanakkam.
Namaste.
Namaskaram.
Sairam.
Jai Shri Ram.
Swami Esranamayyappa. Welcome back, everybody. If you just joined the show, we're currently streaming live in the Nature South. We're still streaming live in the Nature South before load shedding. And if you want to join the conversation, we are talking about the origins of Bhumi Devi. We just mentioned a few stories, like how, you know, when you get your Christian shows, they're always hitting the scriptures. You know, so we were sharing with you our Puranas, our everything, basically. All right, we got Devi Naidu coming in, seems to not be agreeing with anything we're saying on the show today, so we have our research done. So thank you for your opinion, though. This is not a platform for fighting, though.
Yes.
But thank you for interacting with us. We appreciate it. All right, so let's talk about Bhumi Devi and the killing of a child.
Sure.
Yeah. What can you share with us? Doesn't matter who goes first.
Okay, I'll go first.
Go for it.
Okay, so like I mentioned before, Bhumi Devi had 3 children, right?
Okay.
So the first one was Narakasura. I'm so sorry.
Okay, let me just say
Don't
Naraka.
apologize. Don't apologize.
Yeah.
Carry on the
What
show.
did you say?
Naraka.
Yeah, Naraka, right? So he was the first one, right? And as I explained, he prayed for a boon to be granted for immortality, so no one can kill him besides his mother, right? So because he got this boon, because he prayed and got it, he grew arrogant and drunk with his power, because no one could kill him, right? He's immortal, right? So he started doing sinful deeds like capturing women and forcefully making them his wives, right? So he like basically captured like 16,000 women. That's a lot of women. For one guy to make a wife, that's a lot of women, 16,000, right? So basically because of this, he had power and greed and so forth. No deity was able to defeat him because of this. And because of his boon, he even wrestled or gained control of the heavens from Lord Indra, right? Because he's the god of heaven, right? And because of this, because of his power, he wanted to basically show off, right? Because he got power from Lord Indra. He took the earrings from Lord Indra's mother and gave it, the mother's name is Aditi, and gave it to his mother, Bhumi, right? The Devas requested Bhumi to slay her own son because of all these misdeeds he was doing, right? So she manifested herself upon the earth as another form, as Satya Bahama, if I'm saying that correctly, which is the daughter of
Satyabhama.
Yeah,
Satyabhama.
yeah,
Satyabhama.
Satyajita, right?
Okay.
He was like a
Satyajita.
Yeah, he was basically like a king, right? He was So basically, she came down as Lord Krishna's third wife, basically. Yeah, so she's Lord Krishna's third wife. And when she married Lord Krishna, they both waged war on him. And that is how she got the chance to kill her own son. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for that. Okay, we have a clear understanding of the killing of a child. This is one of the stories now. Let's quickly jump to the Satyabhama avatar, as you just mentioned the name, right? Now, after receiving his desired boon, when I heard the word boons, I wish I was there. I wish I got a boon. Anyway, we don't talk about boons, we'll talk about it another show, right? We're killing for time here, guys. Okay, so Satyabhama avatar, after receiving his desired boon, Narakasura grew arrogant and drunk with his power. Now he started capturing women and forcefully made them his wives, like you mentioned earlier. He also did mention he captured nearly 16,000 women. My God, in that stream. And he wrested control over heaven from Indra. So, and no deity was able to defeat him because of this boon, right? Don't you want a boon?
Of immortality, perhaps.
You want immortality? I'll be bored. No, you don't live too long into.
But like, don't forget, when you receive a boon, there's
for everything you receive, there's a price.
There's like, it has to be broken.
I don't want my mother to slay me. okay. So moving on from the boon now. Now Narakasura even took the earrings from Indra's mother, Aditi you mentioned, and gave them to his mother. So it's the same story in different words. And I like to thank let's say our gurus from India. Thank you so much. Okay, so he spoke about, basically the stories that I'm mentioning, but also to finish it, Devi was requested by the Devas to slay her son. And he mentioned this killing of the child as Satyabhama and the daughter of Satrajit. Now, thank you all so much for sharing your stories. Thank you, Devanaidu, for sharing your beliefs and your wisdom with us. So let's look quickly at the Raja festival. Now, there's a Raja festival in Odisha, Eastern India. It's a 3-day celebration dedicated to Bhudevi. It's actually quite interesting, so thank you. And anything else you want to share about the Bhuma Devi? On the show?
I think we covered it.
We covered it. Yay! all right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Devanaidu, for joining the show. Before we get to our lessons that we do every day, let's take a quick break. We'll come back straight after this commercial.
The ultimate accessory, the latest shiny thing, mesmerized. Trying to keep up, but never getting ahead in an endless cycle of spending. In this world of constant upgrades, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
Vanakkam.
Namaste.
Namaskaram.
Sai Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Swamiyesaranammayappa. Om Shakti.
Shakti.
Welcome back, everybody. Alright, before we hit load shedding, and as we always do when we come towards the end of our show, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the 108 principles of the value system from the Tirukkural. Today we're sitting at number 45.
Yeah.
Would you like to read it for us?
Yes, today our, like you mentioned, 45. So let's cultivate vision and ambition to achieve greatness.
Cultivate vision and ambition to achieve greatness. It would be worth it,
Oh my God.
but you know, I get the message. I get the gist. Yeah, but I think from next week we should start trying to explain each one, in layman's terms.
Alright, speak it.
Yeah. Alright. Before we go, let's take a look at everybody that needs any Hindu services done for them by our Guru in Dresan. Well, as you can see, that if you need any help with your Jandakam or your astrological readings, also known as your Panjagam, please do contact Guru in Dresan. He also does your Navagrah Shanti, your house prayers, your business prayers, your car prayers, your temple and hall weddings, not forgetting your ceremonies like your 16 days and your 1 year. Don't forget your Janda prayers as well, auspicious Hawans, Kumbha Abhishekams. You can contact Guru in Dresan on 081 325 0115. Again, that number is 081 325 0115. Well, as we are out of time, ladies and gentlemen, from myself, Kimera, Kimrin and Pritesh.
Vanakkam.
Namaste.
Namaskaram.
Sai Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Swamiyesaranammayappa. Om Shakti.
Shakti.
Good night, everyone.